Right then, welcome to my first draft now with Mirrodin Besieged, because it's been online since about 10 minutes ago. So, this is my first draft with this full block. I've done a lot of, well, not a lot, I've done a few triple Mirrodin Besieged, and I've done a fair amount of sealed. So I know the set, I just haven't drafted it before. And I guess because I don't know that well, I'm just going to go with the usual logical pick of go with the card I'm most likely to play. I've had a bit of a sore throat, you might be able to tell, but I should be able to talk fine. But yeah, I'm just going to go with the card I'm most likely to play. Plague Mail will probably make my deck regardless of whether I'm Infect or not, but Infect is quite good. I like Infect a lot more than I used to because you can get the kind of control the Infect deck. I'm not on the Ico Wellspring bandwagon just yet. I'll need to draft it a couple of times to see if I do think the American craze is justified. Phyrexian Vat Mother is a pretty good second pick when your first pick with Plaguemere. The uncommons that get taken over it, I suppose Corrupted Conscience possibly. I don't even know if that's right, it's like a 4 mana 8/5. But I guess that doesn't necessarily mean Infect will be open because Corrupted Conscience obviously goes in an Infect deck. But yeah, there's literally no way we're not taking that, it's just a complete bomb. And yeah, we actually have a choice this time, which is good. There's quite a few cards we can consider. Wellspring, again, like I said, it's fine, but I can pick them up later if I can probably pick them up later. Blister Stick, generally decent, but not great. I suppose Red Black Infect's fine, but then 2/1 body's fairly relevant. Rager, again, I really like Rager, but the body's not that relevant if you're Infect. Same with Nested Ghoul. So there's a lot of good cards that are, a lot of cards that are good, but not particularly Infect. Priest of Norn, Black-White's generally not a great colour combo because it's quite colour intensive, and I think it's a bit early to be picking up Priest of Norn. I might regret it, but I'm going to take the Phyrexian Rager because it will be good in whatever deck I play, and can't really fault it. Another Ico Wellspring that I'm not going to take because there's a Rotwolf in the pack, and he's a pretty good Infect guy. You'll be hard pressed to not have him trade for something which is just generally good, especially when you've got the Infect deck with the kind of the bombs, like the slower Infect deck with Ragers and Vat Mothers, which is a deck I prefer to the one that just hopes to get a Plague Stinger turn 2 or lose. Then a pack with a whole lot of nothing. Like I said, that Vat Mother might have been a bad signal because it might have been somebody who took Corrupted Conscience and then forced Infect. In which case, in the interest of keeping options open, I need to look for something else to take. I think I'll just take the Tangle Mantis. Like, there's not that much good stuff in this pack anyway. I suppose Steel Sabotage is generally good, and I prefer blue-black to green-black. Yeah, I'll take Steel Sabotage. I think it's a bit better than Tangle Mantis, and I don't really want to be green mixed non-infect, so if I play that card it will be in the infect deck. The non-infect deck, so it's better than Tangle Mantis. And the non-infect deck is seeming more likely now, in which case I think I'll take Pierce Strider. Both these cards are really good. I don't think they should be going 6th pick, because obviously you'll play them in nearly every deck, except the one I'm thinking of playing, although I seem to be past Infect at this point. But I think Pierce Strider is a bit better than Peace Strider. I like Peace Strider more. Like, this card's better, but I like Peace Strider more because I like the controlling decks. But I'm going to take Pierce Strider just because it is slightly more powerful. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7th pick Blight Widow in a pack with Scourge 7th Time Strike. And we can just say that signals are not telling us anything reasonable in this set of packs. Blight Widow is just completely amazing. Possibly my favourite common in the pack, but I mean it goes in any green deck. So yeah, we're not going to pass that, and it's a shame we had to pass the 3/3 for 5 in the same pack. I guess the choice here is Digester or Vivisection. Having just taken the Blight Widow, we're probably going to look to go black-green, so yeah, we can ignore the Vivisection, even though I do really like Vivisection. Just take the Digester. Even though it's not the best infect creature, it's still an infect creature. And pump spells are always good in infect. And pump spells are still good in infect. This card is most likely to annoy us. And bam. Probably should have taken the blue spell there, oh well. Tangle Mantis I considered actually came round. Can't remember what else was in the pack, but surely there weren't 8 cards better than it, or 7 cards. I guess no one's in green, which is a good sign. Although we don't want the standard green cards really. I mean, Cis Bears will definitely get past, I think, because that Blight Widow 7th should tell us that Infect's open. And what do we have here? Slice and Twain is always good. Volition Range is also always good. We're not necessarily in black, but the chance to get blue infect cards has passed by this point, so we want to try and stick to green black if possible. Tumble Magnet, you know my stance on that. Although this is the deck where I would want to play it, but I still prefer the controlling card here because we've got the Blight Widow and Vat Mother. That means we don't mind going late game. So yeah, I'm going to take the Slice and Twain. Although my 4-drop slot is getting a bit clogged at the moment. And yeah, I prefer the Silver Replica to the Bite Mamba because we don't actually have that much infect at the moment, and we do want to win with poison by the looks of it. I think I would rather just take the Blight Mamba here, which is a shame, but it feels like I'm looking at my curve as well, and there's nothing in 2, which is quite crucial in infect. So, and yeah, there's a Plague Stinger, which is better than Ichlormere. The standard print run of Fallen Ichlormere Plague Stinger, annoyingly, but the fact that Ichlorats is in the pack also means that we might table one of them. I don't think there are 3 other infect drafters just because of that 7th pick Blight Widow. Not a big fan of Leadenmere in infect. So I think I'll just take the Acid Web. I might not play it, but it's just a generally good card and it's good against us, so yeah. I don't like Mir just for the sake of having Mir. So when I'm in infect, I just don't like having Mir at all. Not a whole lot here. Guess I'll take Tyrannax, because I might end up playing dinosaurs with a couple of infect guys. And that's pretty good with the dinosaur plan. And that's pretty good with the infect plan. So yeah, it looks like infect's open from both ways. I think the empty packs are just a result of bad packs, really. Because there's no way Cis Bear would go that late if there were infect drafters to my left. And equally, there's no way Blight Widow should go that early. You should be taking it first, second, third. But to go 7th just means people weren't looking to draft green infect. And it looks like I get Silver Replica anyway. I think that's better than Life Staff. I mean, Life Staff is pretty good in infect, but I have the 2 pump spells. And because I'm looking to draft the kind of control deck, I'd rather have this. I quite like Replica just because I like drawing cards. None of the infect creatures tabled, so I have no idea what's going on in this draft. Everything I say from this point is just irrelevant because I have no clue. Quick scan of the pack yields 0 results for infect, and so I guess I just take the Untamed Might. I'm not particularly happy with that pick, but I don't have a lot of options here, so yeah. Again, no infect cards. Don't want to take another Tyrannax really. I could take the Arc Trail, but I have no fix. Same with Shatter. If I'm going to take Shatter, I'd rather take Arc Trail. So I think I'm just going to solidify my position as a controlling infect deck and take the Morok Replica. I don't want to play Vector Asp, so I'm not taking that. More misery for me, but I suppose carrying call is fine, and a card I will take here. Makes 2 infect guys, so yeah, better than anything else in the pack. Although by the looks of it, by this point I should just not be infect. But it's kinda too late to back down now. I don't have any elves, so Azuri's not really an option. Throne of Geth, I don't really have any artifacts either. I mean, all my artifacts are sacrificing themselves, so I probably won't take that. Could take the liquid metal coating and hope Throne tables. And I already have a replica and a slice and twain. And 2 Miran metal. Yeah, I'm going to do that actually. Because, I mean, I don't really care about Defiance, and like one of these might table, in which case the coating would have been a good pick, so I'll take the coating. I'm not sure if I like Trigon or Contagious Nim here. This Contagious Nim's not particularly impressive. And I'm kind of looking to go late game, so yeah, I'll take the Trigon. And again, just more signals that it's the packs that are bad and not my signal reading, because if there are a lot of people infected, I guess the Plague Sting has gone from this pack, but that's probably it, so yeah, I'll just take the second best common in the pack. I guess because we have that liquid metal coating, we can take the Defiance. And Fume Spitter is always a welcome addition to my black decks. This is always a welcome hate draft. Yeah, I guess that's the best card in the pack. Are we at the pack where I wanted to table something? I can't remember. Throne of Geth in the next pack, maybe? We'll see. Sorry about that, the doorbell rang. I'm going to take this. I guess the Throne of Geth went. My throat is a lot rougher than I thought, so I might have to start dubbing after filming the next round, so I might have to not do live commentary because I keep coughing and it's not very pleasant. Trying not to talk too loud or it'll start again. Basically, yeah. I didn't think it was that bad when I started recording, but apparently it is. So, if it doesn't seem live, it's because it's not, basically. Here is 21 cards. I think with the double Morok replica and the Mir, I can afford to play 17 land. My curve isn't that high anyway. So, looking at non-effect cards, I'd quite like the Spider. Probably won't need Tainted Strike just because most of my guys are infect anyway. So yeah, it looks like the plan will be just kind of set up the big turn. Then win with Untamed Mites or Miran Metals on tokens. And so yeah, Web Spider is the most defensive of my 5 drops. I don't really need Molder Beast, and I don't really want to play Tainted Strike because it's often a mulligan. And if we're going to play with that plan and play 17 land as well when we're going to go late game, I think I want to play the Telgula Defiance as well. So yeah, that's my deck. And let's see what Modo suggests. 5 Swamps, probably want a bit more than that with Vat Mother. And 2 Morok replicas, which probably didn't take into account. 10-7. Even 10-7, man. I think like 9-8's better. Because most of my green is single. Apart from Slice and Acid Web, but I mean, I'm fine to play those late game. And it's the black sources that are drawing cards, so yeah, I'll go with 9-8. And submit and see for round 1.